Yo guys, well today in this one I'm gonna be coming at ya. I got a Coleman 22 by 52 pool. I'm gonna show you how to clean out the filter. This does work with so you got a Bestway pool, an Intex pool, a Coleman pool, all the out of the ground pools. They're all really the same way of going about cleaning out the filter. You don't have to replace them every single time. Don't replace them every time. I've had this one filter lasts me about 2 months now, and it's been working really well. So I'm just gonna take you through the steps. Let's get right on into it. The exact setup I'm gonna be changing today is gonna be the flow clear. It's gonna be whatever came with the Coleman 52 by 22 pool, but it's just these cartridge filters, and they're all the same on the Bestway, Coleman, Intex. They're all the same process on cleaning these, same way to do it. So if you have a different pool or a different type of setup, it's the same exact thing. Don't worry about it. The first step when it comes to cleaning out the filter, the first thing you want to do is, if your pump is running, you want to come over here and shut it off. Second step, you want to come out to your the X-take. I don't think that's the word, but wherever the water shoots out from, and terms, you want to lock that up so there's no water coming in through here. Every pool will have the same exact little nozzly thing right there. Then you come on over to here, and even if your pool's rubber, steel frame, either or, you're gonna come with these plugs. These plugs are gonna be coming on in with the pool. If you didn't get them, you could purchase them online for like $1 or so. At this point, the first thing you want to do is not drop your phone in the pool while recording it. You probably won't be recording it though. But we're gonna be coming on in here on your little nozzles. And notice they're pretty tight. You want to come on in. First thing, you take these little wing nuts, loosen them just a little bit. Just a little bit. You see it's loose. Now I'll be able to come on in here. I'll be able to give it a twist. Boom, look at that. Got the first one out. Toss that on the ground. Take your plug. Plug the hole. There we go. Same thing with the other one. I'm not going to take you through the process on that one because I'm trying to keep it a little short and sweet, not waste your time. But this is going to be plugged, not going to be letting water into the pump. See the plug on in there? You don't have to push them in all the way. Don't worry about that. Now at this point, I do have both the nozzles in. I changed the other one off camera. Got that right on in there. And you got this one on in here. Definitely want to retighten these wing nuts right after you do that, just so it holds onto that plastic. The last thing you want is one of these things shooting off the side of the pool and water coming out of it. But after we get to that, we come over to the actual pump. And to do that, just to take the pump on out, you just want to unscrew this blue piece on there for you. And I'm going to make that happen. Check this out. Alrighty, unscrewing the top. If you did this all correctly, water should not be shooting out at you. You just want to pop it right off the top. Just give it a little pry on there. Just get a little wiggle. It's tight because you don't want it to leak. Ooh, little wiggle. Just a little bit more. Oh my gosh. Doing it with my non-dominant. As I struggled with removing this, whenever you remove the top piece, always remember that you got this little seal in here. You don't want to lose that. That's that's for sure. But pull this one out. Actually, it's been worse. It doesn't look too bad, but that's pretty bad. All the gunko in there. But it's as simple as taking it on over there and just hosing it on out. This actually isn't that bad. I've had this filter for 2 months now. Filters only cost like $10. You can replace it if you want. But me personally, I'd rather save the $10 and get this cleaned. Once you bring your dirty filter on over to a hose, preferably on the jet setting if you have a setting. If you don't have a setting, it's alright. And it's just as simple as spraying this on out. You want to get in every single one of these little cracks, all that stuff out. Look at that spray did, what that did right there. Look at that. It's like you just purchased it right at the store. And I know you know how to spray these things out. I'm just going to let you know. Just open up these little flaps and spray on in there and get everything out like flap by flap. You can definitely do that. I'm not going to take you through that because it does take a few minutes to make sure you get every one of these little flaps clean, but I'll come back to you when it's clean. And after just a few minutes with the hose, you can take a peek at this and you can see it almost looks as if it's brand new. And it works just as well. Take a peek at the pool. It is crystal clear on a filter that has been running for about 2 months. I got some bleeds, but I gotta vacuum those out. But yeah, crystal clear filter. Got to put it back to work. Simple as what we just did, and put it back together. And slide the filter back on into that water. Right on in there for you. It's right in the middle, just like that. Take your cap. Make sure the ring's on it, really nice. Shove that right on back on in there. Hard once again doing it with my non-dominant hand. Look at that, we did it. It's on there all nice and fine and dandy. And then the last part of it is just gonna screw this blue cap right on top. There, just screw it right on down in there. Alrighty. Look at that, the pump's back together with a clean filter. Then the next step, just like before, loosen your wing nuts. Wing nut's been loosened. Grab your little intake nozzle. Get on in there. Grab out your plug. Put the plug in a place that you're going to remember where it's at so you don't lose it, because you're going to need that all throughout the summer. And you take this, find the hole, just jam it right on back on in there. Looky there. Back in business with this one. About to be back in business on the next one. Once you get it all the way in, you want to retighten the wing nut. Always make sure these wing nuts are tied when the pump is running. The last thing you want is this thing to jump outside. But I'm going to go do it to that one, and we'll be right back to business. Once you have your 2 intake nozzles, some pools only have 1. Some pools have a different way of intake. But they're all going to be the same way, going right onto the pump. Once you have that done, filter's all intact. The next thing you want to do is, once again, turn this back on. Once that's open, next thing you want to do is just make sure you don't have air in the lines. Air in the lines can cause your pump to work a lot harder than it should have to, leading to a pump breaking a lot earlier than it should have to. I go over this one first. You're going to hear the air rush out. Air rushing out, but then once you get to water, screw it back on. Make sure it's nice and tight. Do it over here. This one's a little tight, but oh, get through it. Oh, there we go. Once again, turn up a little bit. Air to water. Once you have only water, screw that back on tight, tight. Turn the pump back on. And then double check if anything's coming out. I don't see any water coming on out. Looking fine and dandy. Me personally, I like to double check this one more time just in case of any air got in the lines. Just a little bit of air, and now we got water. Back in business. Once again on this one too. A little bit of air, and close it back on off. Just like that, we're back in business. That's how to change a pump filter, or save money by just cleaning out the pump filter on a Coleman pool, which is going to be the exact spec of this pool. Can be an Intex, can be Bestway. Hopefully you learned a lot during this video. If you got any questions, throw them down below. Any pool questions, I feel like I'll be able to help you. I know my way around pools. Check that out. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a nice day. Thanks.